Welcome back to the Restart channel. My name is Shada and I'm a co-founder here at Restart. This is our episode 4 of the Daily Dose, our 365-day series where we're giving updates on what's happening since the federal government voted to ban hemp, and here's our latest update. People want to know who is actually behind this ban because it's very clear this didn't just happen. It wasn't random and it definitely wasn't about protecting consumers. Let's be honest, a ban that wipes out 95% of hemp products didn't just appear out of nowhere. There are powerful players behind it. One of the biggest forces is Senator Mitch McConnell. Yes, the same man who legalized hemp in 2018. He never imagined consumers would be preferring hemp THC to alcohol or choosing THC seltzers over beer or replacing pharmaceuticals with cannabinoids. He wanted hemp for fiber, rope, and seeds, not a national wellness industry. And now, at the end of his career, he wants to fix the monster he thinks he created. And because he has enormous influence in the Senate, when he wanted this ban on the shutdown bill, it stayed. Another major player is the alcohol industry. Let's call it what it is. Hemp beverages are eating their lunch. THC drinks are one of the fastest growing beverage categories in the country. Alcohol companies do not like losing young consumers to hemp drinks, and so they are aggressively lobbying behind the scenes to shut down their competition. And this ban gives them exactly what they want. We also need to talk about big cannabis, the MSOs or multi-state operators. These companies have spent millions to build state-licensed marijuana businesses. They don't want hemp THC products competing with dispensaries, especially products that can ship nationwide. That threatens their entire business model. So yes, some cannabis companies are quietly pushing for this ban too. But then there's the pressure from attorney generals and law enforcement. Specifically, 39 attorney generals demanded Congress crack down, citing inconsistent testing and kid-friendly packaging. Things we've certainly been hearing about. But instead of pushing for real regulation, they pushed for prohibition, and Congress took that bait. And the final push came from the government shutdown itself. This ban slipped in during pure chaos. This was the longest shutdown in American history, and it became the perfect smokescreen. Lawmakers were told to pass this bill now or the government stays closed, and most didn't even realize the hemp language was in it. This, unfortunately, wasn't careful policymaking, it was political maneuvering. Now, let's talk about Texas, though, because Texas is doing something completely different, and honestly, it's fascinating. TABC just announced that even with a federal ban coming next November, they are moving forward with permanent hemp regulations. They're not waiting on Washington. They are regulating hemp as a legal commodity inside of our state. This means age limits, ID checks, THC beverage guidelines, all are staying in place. Texas is choosing oversight, not prohibition. And what's even more interesting, TABC actually walked back some of their harshest penalties. Their earlier rules said if a business sold to a minor once, even by accident, the state could permanently revoke your license. But industry groups fought back, veterans fought back, retailers fought back, and guess what? TABC listened. They removed their one-strike rule, and now violations can lead to temporary suspensions instead of a total destruction of a business. That, my friends, is the power of advocacy. Meanwhile, Dishes continues enforcing emergency rules requiring 21 plus age verification. Both agencies are tightening oversight, but they're not killing the market, at least not at this time. And here's a twist. Governor Abbott hasn't given new guidance since the federal ban was passed. His office also hasn't responded to questions, so we don't know specifically where he sits, but earlier this year, Abbott did veto Texas's own hemp ban after the industry mobilized and showed how much economic impact hemp has here in the state of Texas. So the silence now is interesting, and it tells us Texas is waiting to see how this plays out federally. Advocacy groups in Texas are already gearing up for another fight. They're calling the federal ban rushed, politically driven, and harmful. They're promising to use every legal and legislative option to overturn it, just like we did in Texas this summer. And they're right. Hemp is too important, economically, medically, and for millions of Americans who rely on it every day. There's another major question, though. How aggressively will the federal government even enforce this? Well, let's look at history. Marijuana has been federally illegal since 1970, but federal enforcement is basically non-existent in states where it's legal. 40 states have medical marijuana programs, 24 allow recreational use, and federal law says illegal, but states and consumers say legal. So will the hemp ban even be enforced the same way? No one knows yet, and that's why the next 365 days are so important. Even politically, the landscape is shifting. Texas Representatives Dan Crenshaw and Troy Nehls both said publicly that they oppose hemp restrictions and want Congress to revisit them. And shockingly, Ted Cruz is one of the only 2 Republicans who tried to remove the hemp ban entirely. And yes, even President Trump, who signed the bill overall, has voiced support for Medicare covering CBD. Yes, CBD, which would now be federally banned. So clearly the taboo is gone, the old narratives are gone, hemp has gone mainstream, and the industry is ready to fight back. With a 1-year delay before this ban takes effect, the industry has time, but not much. This is the moment to organize, speak up, mobilize customers, contact lawmakers, and push for real science-based regulation instead of prohibition. The next 365 days will determine the future of hemp in America and the future of hemp in Texas. So if you want to stay informed, take action, and help protect hemp across states, especially here in Texas, follow us at Restart CBD on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/restartcbd, and join our advocacy emails at advocacy@restartcbd.com. But that's all for today's video. What questions do you have? Please let us know in the comments below, and be sure to tune into our channel for the latest updates and where hemp is going in the next 365 days.